Oh, I don't know, dude. This like guy who walks barefoot and he's super tan and says dude a lot. Like, that's yeah, what you see is what you get with him. That's just my impression. Under that, Blake's real gift is just the ability to identify the exact nature of what a person needs to work on in order to make massive change in their life very quickly. I think that he is just a gift to be able to see that.
Why isn't Creative Sovereignty making like a ton of money, like tons and tons of money?
Not charging enough.
Is that why?
I think that's one of the main reasons.
Okay, let's sit down on one of these benches actually.
I love this question. But yeah, I would love to bolster it out and like make
like,
as much as I can in the next year.
Why? Yeah. Why? Like, what are you trying to do? What's the vision here? What's the plan?
Yeah. My family, the way I was brought up, I think was very scarcity oriented around money.
Yeah.
And I would like to push through that pole and basically change the lineage.
Okay. Okay.
And through this, Blake very quickly identified that there was a better way to fulfill on our engagements in a much more scalable way that helped take me out of the picture, which was a huge stressor for me. It also empowered my team. It allowed us to run much leaner, meaner, and greener because we were able to get our team down to like 2.5 from 7. It solved all my problems. And it freed me up, gave me some more space to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. Since going on this like self-discovery journey, we have had our biggest month cash collected, the most revenue we've ever made in a month, the most money we've ever made in a day. It's just like the energy is there and the message is resonating because I'm able to live as my true self. It's the single greatest investment I've ever made in my life.
What's been going on like with your dynamic between your folks and you that contributed to this shift?
My grandmother dying. Yeah, that was a lot of perspective in terms of like the totality of life. And there's something about my grandma dying and being with my girlfriend together that sort of fused this feeling of like responsibility or something.
Oh, okay.
In terms of like leadership. And then since she died, my dad and his sister have had a lot of conflict, the two remaining.
Okay. Wait, is she buried yet?
But this is the thing, is like their conflict prevented us from doing like a proper memorial.
Right.
And then I think I should do that.
Yes, it needs to happen.
It needs to happen.
Yeah, would they be willing for you to do that?
I think I have to just do it.
Dude, do that.
I think that's the
You
move.
and your freaking sister do that.
Yeah.
It will put you the ultimate provider and leader in your own personal family before you go start your new one.
Yeah. Yes.
You'll be so proud of yourself, and you need to physically see that with your grandma to see her out. What's this loft gonna cost?
Yeah, it's worth about 780 CAD, so call it 600 US.
Okay.
Usually when I meet them, I have like some curiosity for whatever reason about them and what they're doing. Based off of that curiosity, I start asking questions because I'm just genuinely interested in them and what they're doing. From that, I just start seeing things.
There's 3 elements that are just like the driving factor of so much progress and healing and wealth and abundance and all these things in your life. It's so easy because you have the 2 engines already aligned, which is you're continuing the legacy of what your grandma gave you.
Yeah, that feels really good.
Which really is the most important thing to you.
Yeah.
That's it. And with your girlfriend, there's a focus there.
Yes.
Of like, I have a place to provide to you, and what is this?
And be a leader.
Exactly. Like children, generations, like
Yep.
what that comes from the womb. I mean, it's like, just to be like very frank with it, it's like, are you gonna have kids or not?
Yeah.
Do you want to create a family or not? Like, is this important to you? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Like those 2 things in the crosshairs, just addressing those 2 things buying the loft will happen. That you can get 600 grand in 6 to 12 months very easily.
Yeah.
You don't even need a loan.
Yeah,
I have a feeling that once
Buy it
those two
outright.
exactly once those two things are in focus. But I think if you don't have that focus and you don't have the legacy of what your grandma wants to perpetuate in you, it's going to be
For naught.
exactly.
Yeah.
The stuff's going to be on your hard drive. It's not going to be released. You're
Exactly,
not going to be
all
making
that
a
stuff.
sale. It's just all this. Well, yeah, what happens when you put all those people and all the complexity into this one significant event?
Yeah.
It all just comes to the surface. It's like
Right.
the tea bag and the hot water thing.
Right.
It's all addressed. It becomes more than just a memorial for her.
No, yeah.
You know?
I see that.
Yeah.
The one shot.
Yeah.
That was very articulate, Blake. Thank you.
It's just, I mean, you put it all out there.
It's
so clear.
beautifully tied.
It's so clear.
It is.
I want to show you this this place called False Point. It's up here. It's pretty
Sure.
sweet.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And it's not so much my ability to see that in others. It's that when I see you need to do this, I go into autopilot, and this is very, very normal for me to go like, either somebody's got to believe in you. It's not going to be you, so it's going to be me. And it's the right thing to do, and I'm going to prove it to you. I've experienced that 100,000 times from my father. I do have like spidey senses and all this other things that I think I've developed over time because of my walk with my faith, my relationship with God. And I think ultimately that's the underlying power behind it.
So it was quite refreshing to hear that the only rule is to not have rules in some regard. Changed my whole view on how I saw our company and what I should be creating and building. We implemented his suggestions, and then we were able to generate I think it was 40% of our yearly income from 80% fewer clients. There was some huge skew that just immediately happened. And I was like, oh, we should have been doing this sooner. So just us growth, profit, joy, freedom, client outcomes. It's great.
Nice.
Come on up. Hi, I've got company with me. Hi, Jamie. This is Zander.
Hi, Megan.
That's James.
Hey, James. You have hair like your dad, James. It's nice. Good color. This is so cool.
Do you want to go take a look at this?
This is Jurassic Park.
Yeah, let's first do, we don't need to go. There's like a trail down here that leads to a little place that needs a hammock. Yeah, these little stumps. Oh, what my neighbor did is they built a little casita.
It seems to me that you're doing your very best to not meet the market where it's at.
Yeah,
To stay here.
it's all
And then
fun.
to let them funnel.
It's all fun in games until you run out of money, though.
Well, yeah, I get that.
So it's like, I'm willing to sell my property in New York to keep doing that,
Right.
just to have.
Because you have the mission
Yes.
and you're totally set on it.
Yeah, I am, and I have like, you see my family. Like, I've got like all the wealth in the world. I don't need any of this stuff.
Right.
It's actually kind of annoying. You know?
Yeah, just get rid of it, dude.
It's so easy to just go, oh, that's what I'm doing.
Compared to the internet, there's just so much reality in spending the whole day with someone. You can't possibly begin to mimic that on a Zoom call. You know, like going for acai bowls and going to have lunch and then like, you know, being at Blake's house with his son and wife, like. So yeah, I'd say intimate, humanistic, powerful. You know, talk about leverage, like just a day in focus. Maybe the most interesting insight that I'm thinking about today is after Blake watched the videos of that loft show I did at my place, and there's that clip of me improvising with my buddy Raph, the other cellist, And Blake had this amazing insight, which I think is spot on. Basically, I play off other people really well. And I do that so intuitively that it's completely subconscious. But then when he realized that, he got me to sort of like coach or consult him through his chasms. And then that gave us the clarity for my steps, which was really cool. Because when I'm looking at his stuff, it's so clear to me. Also that Blake is curating the experience to things that he loves to do. He just basically takes us along for his day. Like goes to the coffee shop, goes to the acai place, goes to the steak place, drives around in the Porsche, like, you know, spends time on the deck, spends time in the garden, like just brings us into his house, like with his family there. Like he's not fragmenting the work and the life. So he's leading by example in that. It's his family and it's his house and it's his car and it's his coffee shop and it's everything. And so like, it's one thing to take us to like an office, it's another thing to take us to his house. You know, his son is bringing us in and out. You know, that's special.
What do you think of that?
I like that.
You like that? Yeah.